In South Dakota today, Republican Governor Dennis Dugard signed the nation's most draconian anti-abortion bill, just like he said he would. And never mind the $4 million the state says it may have to spend to defend the law in court. South Dakota will now require women to wait 72 hours from when they see a provider to when they actually are allowed by the state to have an abortion. That's the longest waiting period in the country. And it forces women to also consult with a so-called pregnancy crisis center before they're allowed to move forward as well. For those of you who've never heard of a pregnancy crisis center, they are essentially fake quack medical clinics run by abortion opponents. They are usually designed to make women think that they are consulting a center that provides abortions, when in reality, what they are in for is anti-abortion fake counseling. What do I mean by that? Well, one pregnancy crisis center in South Dakota gives this description of the morning after pill. Quote, "The tiny baby will die." And now the government of the state of South Dakota will be big enough that it will force women to go to a quack counseling center that will tell them things like that before they are allowed to see an actual doctor. So South Dakota wins the prize today for big government conservatism's most extreme new anti-abortion law. But it has real competition. We asked somebody from the nonprofit Guttmacher Institute for a list of states where abortion rights are at risk. The list that she gave us looks like this: 24 states with bills designed to make it almost impossible for abortion clinics to operate, or that restrict insurance coverage, or that ban abortion outright after 20 weeks, or in some cases after you'd reasonably know that you were pregnant at all. At the federal level, in Congress, it's the same deal. Republicans took control of the House in November, then spent the winter pushing anti-abortion bills. The No Taxpayer Funding for Abortion Act, H.R. 3, at the top of the list. The Protect Life Act, H.R. 358, further down because it mostly doubly, triply does the same thing that's already law anyway. H.R. 217, the Title 10 Abortion Provider Prohibition Act, which defunds Planned Parenthood because that makes so much sense when you're trying to prevent unplanned pregnancies. This is what Republicans have been doing wherever they've taken over, in the states or in our nation's capital. What did you think the 2010 elections were about? Did you think the 2010 elections were about jobs? The Republicans who got elected in such overwhelming numbers in those elections apparently did not think they were elected because of jobs. They thought they were elected to crack down on access to abortion and abortion rights. That must be it. Because for politicians who are supposedly in such a rush to fix the economy, these guys have a ton of time on their hands to worry about monitoring every last pregnancy in America, among other things that also have nothing to do with creating jobs. We'll have more on that in just a moment.